Hey, so I'm me, Bonny, Bailey, whatever you know me by, and this is Sepia Tears. It's free on Steam, it's a visual novel, and I got it the other day and figured I kind of wanted to play it and record it to practice some voices and stuff and acting and, whatever. Anyways, let us begin. I know nothing about this game, except I read the summary, but I've forgotten it by now. You've heard of the mayfly, right? It's one of those odd winter days when the snow is falling, but it isn't cold. Either late November or the beginning of December, right around the time when the dollar stores start playing Christmas music and couples go skating. One of those odd winter evenings, the same old 3 p.m. through the lens of the classroom window. Wait, that's an evening? It's 3 p.m. The afternoon? I would describe the muted texture of the light through the glass, but it's become all too familiar. It'd be like raving about the miracle of flowers blooming in spring. The novelty's gone. Chairs screech against tiled floor, and students clatter all around, but the sounds fall on me weightless. The mayfly? The bug that lives for only a day once it grows its wings? It's a great metaphor. You must have seen it before. These are interim voices. They will change when I see the characters. My mind wanders sometimes. It's like being stuck in a room with the TV set to local news, almost muted but not quite. Or like reading a boring web page because you're too lazy to click away. Having a voice in your head that won't shut up. It used to bother me, but I can handle it now. Listen to music on the way home, play a video game before you go to bed, kill time in any way you can, and it won't be so loud. Ever wonder why they even bother? It's simple, really. You pick up your books, stand up, put on your gloves as you walk through the early winter chill. Get home, make a snack, relax, and let the process repeat itself. Life is the easiest thing in the world when you think about it. But sometimes memories resurface. The horrible red-brown that encroaches on my vision, creeping from a box locked safely away. Oh, it's cold. I hadn't noticed before, but it looks like it's snowing. Was I out for that long? I was walking home from school a moment ago, I'm sure. Or is this a dream? That would make sense, but then why am I wearing my school uniform and why is my wallet in my pocket? Well, that doesn't prove anything, but might as well roll with it. It's seriously pitch black here. I can make out the snowflakes just fine, but nothing seems to be lighting them. I'd better start moving before I freeze to death. Ah! That light, it's... Who? Ooh. Aw, adorable. You've come. You! Thank you for coming to see me. I'm switching my voice to kind of male-ish because I realize I'm probably a male. It's lonely here, you know. Lonely? Yeah, I can't deny that. It's a peaceful prison, trapped in the darkness under this soft snowfall. But it's a prison. What's the matter? Aren't you glad to see me? She looks familiar, I'm sure of it. The memory teases me like a vivid, lucid dream, but I can't grab hold of it. It's been such a long time. I thought you would have been ecstatic. I open my mouth, but the words are lost. The more I search for the memory, the more her eyes bewitch me. As snowflakes land on the girl's hair, I force the first words out of my mouth. Who are you? Do you really not remember me? What a shame. We have so much to catch up on. Her smile is confident, mysterious, somewhere between angelic and doll-like. There's nothing to worry about. After all, we have all the time in the world. So then, who are you? Who's Zoom? She looks me in the eye and my heart stops. I'm the person you wish you never met. She embraces me and my senses freeze until a color strikes my eye against the monochrome backdrop. By the way, the writing in this game is a lot better than I expected. I mean, it was free, and I thought maybe the art was a little bit, like, kind of sketched. And so I was thinking the writing would be that good, but this is I enjoy it. It's decent, at least, and it's a lot better than anything I could do. Hanging in the stillness, a red ribbon drifts from the side of her hair. And on the inside of that ribbon, something is written. But just as fantastic as that is... But just as fantastic as that is the fact that the words are scrambled, blurred, even though my eyes are only inches from it. That ribbon, don't you remember? It was your... Her voice fades away. I glance at the ribbon again, but before I can move closer, my stomach flips upside down. Wah! The girl's warmth fades from my arms. Is she disappearing? This whole world is... A knife pierces my heart as I realize something. It's not this world that's disappearing. It's me. Friday, December 10th. That's what the browser words the top say. Day 1. Reunion. Oni-chan! Oni-chan, are you up? That sounds familiar. Mark, we're gonna be late. Oh, it's a chick. Are you even listening to me? Yeah, I heard you. Jeez, it wouldn't kill you to be a little more gentle. Gentle? Gentle? Oh, that's Oni-chan. Gentle? But I'm your cute little sister. I'm automatically gentle. That's like saying I'm automatically dependable because I'm your older brother. Wait. See? If you're not the dependable sibling you're supposed to be, that gives me the legal right to find new and exciting ways to tease you. And who was it that wrote this law? More importantly, I have a history test this morning, so I'll leave you behind if I have to. Pouting, my diligently evil little sister runs down the stairs. Can't she find a more normal form of torture? It's bright out. Pleasantly bright. I can get lost just looking at that pale blue sky, although I fear the cold that accompanies it. See, this is why I hate winter. Nature has no mercy for the northern hemisphere. Actually, does that make a difference? Technically, every country has to be a part of a hemisphere, so there must be some warm regions in the northern hemisphere, and even so, the southern hemisphere would be... Mark, I've been working on my Hokuto Shinken, and... I'm coming. The last time she tried this, I shudder to think of it. That's adorable. Oh, that art style's so cute. You have a little, cut out with the white outline. It's adorable though, I love it. I'm pretty sure I know who my next practice subject will be if you make me fail my test. Isn't it usually practice partner, not practice subject? So that's my sister, Reina. Since she started at my school, life has been hell. Well, maybe that's an exaggeration. She's a nice girl and all. She takes care of me, makes me lunch, forces me to buy her stuff. Ah, see what I mean? I'm out of compliments already, and that threat certainly wasn't the first. Ouch! Stupid razor. Dad was supposed to show me how to use this thing. Anyway, Rin is a strange girl, to put it nicely. She always rattles on about these crazy robot wars and melodramatic love stories that she watches. Oh, anime. Trying to find new and exciting ways to pull me into her world. Freaking weeb. That a weeaboo sis. Cause I guess you wouldn't call her a weeaboo, cause she's Japanese. Unless they're not Japanese and she just says Oni-chan anyways, in which case she's a total weeb. I've been there. I haven't figured out— oh, rich they are, not— okay. I haven't figured out why she calls me Oni-chan yet, though. Is it ironic? Ironically unironic? Ironic because she thinks I'll think it's subtly ironically unironic? I like this guy. I can only conclude that it's part of some devious scheme that I've yet to catch wind of. The scheme of anime. It's all a conspiracy. The tip of the iceberg, so to speak, if the iceberg were a blood-related little sister. But as much as I'd like to criticize her, I can't complain. She still does better than me at school. Alright, I'm almost done. Oh, and she also does a better job of cooking and budgeting than me. And she never sleeps in, and the only time she's late for class is when I hold her back. You were the worst brother. And now do you see why life with her is hell? Not really. Good morning. Did you sleep well? I slept perfectly fine until I was awoken by a certain someone. How could you say that? You should be thankful to have a cute girl like me wake you up every morning. You're not supposed to call yourself cute. Is that because we're blood related and you're if— That's not why. I mean, it's a little vain, don't you think? And it's not very cute. True. But what if I'm only doing it to unnerve you? Good point. Well, I do have to thank you for keeping me on my toes all the time. You're like my mother, is what I want to say, but I imagine her twitching smile and my life flashes before my eyes. So, Rin, you have a test this morning? Yep. I did a quick review with my friends yesterday, so you don't need to worry about it. I wasn't worried. Aw, is that your way of hiding your affection? Was that even remotely implied? I'm sure you'll pass the test. I just want to make sure you don't forget anything and end up failing for some stupid reason. Like that time I accidentally brought my Game Boy instead of my calculator? Yes. Like that time. I was only 12. It was an innocent mistake. Only 12. Regardless, you get what I'm saying. Just don't screw up. I know. I won't. But aren't your exams coming up as well? Uh-oh. I was going to go over to Luke's house and study over the weekend. Or something like that. Even for you, that's not a very convincing lie. Psychic. But I did make that up on the spot. It wouldn't kill you to have a bit of faith in me. If I said I'll study, I'll study. Really? You'll spend your whole Saturday afternoon doing math problems and rereading your social science notes. I'm tempted to say what notes, but that really isn't the problem here. Well, would you look at the time? Don't change the subject. We're already late. Well then, we'll have to continue at lunch, right, Oni-chan? That smile is so much more endearing before you get to know her. Made it. Hey, that's a really cool looking background. I like it. Looks like it might just be a photo filter, though. But, I mean, if it's not, that's great. And I mean, even if it is, it's still better than I could do. It's a well-taken photo, if so. I leap past the front door as the clock strikes 8, inhaling a lungful of December air. Not bad, Mark. Not bad at all. You were taking so long with your bag that I thought I'd really have to put the gloves on.
I thought you were going to leave me if I took too long.
I was only kidding. Leave my only brother to walk to school on such a cold day. I couldn't.
And yet you can practice your anime fighting techniques on me?
Well, when you look at it that way. But you know, mastery of the martial arts can be extremely important.
What does that have to do with anything?
It's important, really.
Yeah, I know. Self-defense and all that.
No, not just self-defense. It's an extra weapon in your arsenal.
What?
Okay, picture this. Imagine that you're fighting against an enemy who already knows your techniques.
And why would I be doing that?
Because the person challenged you. Because he kidnapped the princess. Use your imagination.
What if the princess is in another castle?
Then you'll just have to go look for her. I like that Mario reference there.
Your princess is in another castle.
Okay.
Ouch.
Anyway, let's say you end up in combat with someone who knows that you're good with long-range weapons, like a crossbow. They already know your weakness, all they have to do is dash forward and fight at a closer range. The archer won't be able to react fast enough and the attacker will have the advantage.
But what if you're using a mid-ranged weapon like a lance?
A lance? That's easy. A well-trained warrior would be proficient with both bows and axes. And everyone knows that the axe beats the lance.
True, but then couldn't you just learn magic and attack from a distance?
Yes, but what if your enemy knows that you're a magician? A skilled axe wielder would eliminate you with a single strike, no critical necessary. Every magician needs an ace up his sleeve. And that ace is the martial arts? That's one option. You see, magicians draw their power internally, not externally. Magic, unlike sorcery, flows through a natural internal circuit before it can be used in the form of a spell. The use of these circuits can drain much of an amateur's magical energy, resulting in the weakening of the magus's combat ability. In this scenario, even a trained magus would be susceptible to the attacks of an ordinary human, more so if said human is skilled in hand-to-hand combat. Though it is an unlikely scenario, it would be prudent for a magus to... Enough with the info dumps. Fine. I don't need you. She taps the Twitter icon on her phone and runs away.
Okay, I may have been a bit hard on her back there. But this isn't a bad outcome either. You'd think the streets would be a bit more busy in the morning, but no one ever passes by here. It's hard to get used to if you're from the city, but I've lived in the suburbs my whole life, and I like the peace and quiet. It's nice. Lets your mind wander.
What was that? Was that the girl from the dream?
Lets your mind wander to things you'd rather avoid.
Mark.
Huh? What's that?
Sorry, I wanted to see who it was first.
I look around and momentarily spot a figure, but it disappears before my eyes. Strange, she looked familiar. Meh. Can't be that important. 2 weeks later, I would look back on that moment as the first in a series of very, very silly assumptions.
Mark, you're actually early. A familiar voice welcomes me in from the cold. I really hope that voice isn't too annoying.
In front of me stands a young man that I've known since the beginning of high school, and that I sometimes wished I didn't know. On time is more like it. We have barely 5 minutes until the bell.
That's still an accomplishment coming from you. Oh hey, did you bring your notes for the presentation?
My other friend, Lillian, voices her question politely, unlike a certain little sister. Well, Rin was on the computer until midnight, and my laptop needed recharging, and...
And your house was constructed without power outlets, of course.
Fine. I'll print them out at lunch. And there goes the bell. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually looking forward to a boring lecture if it means I can relax. The teacher's voice drones on.
I really like these environments. They're really simplistic and cute.
And on. And on. I only know of one way to escape. Jumping out the window might have long-term consequences, though, so I'll be content with staring through it. Whenever I'm bored at school, I always like looking out at the weather and thinking about how I would rather be anywhere but here. Although,
that's why your sister does better than you at school. When you're bored, you just have to focus harder, bro. But nah.
Although, Fortune has treated me with nothing but a sadistic little sister and a pile of unfinished homework this morning, so maybe I'm better off in a class after all.
Mark.
Am I hearing things?
Mark.
It's just like this morning. Is this someone's stupid idea of a prank? I'm sure it's just some kid with nothing better to do with their time, but... Oh.
Mark.
That was the voice. I can't forget that. Alright, I know what I have to do. Pinpointing the source of the sound, I spin around and glare at my target. She's not getting away this time. The class stares at me. Lucas turns around. I sit back down. Awkwardly. Lunch. Finally. No matter how many years pass, nothing beats the taste of cold meat and freedom. It's quiet. Lucas sighs audibly, and I follow. I still don't get how Rin can sacrifice her lunch break to study for a test when she hardly ever studies at home. It's far from the strangest thing she's done. Jesus, his voice all over the place. Point taken. What voice can I do for him? I just gotta pick one. So, how was that game I lent you? Nope, no, that's too offensive. That's not that offensive. I mean, it just offend me, but... So, how was that game I lent you? Oh, right. To be honest, I'm not really into those dating sims. They're not dating sims if they don't have statistics. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll check it out when I get time. Right now, I'm busy with... I was about to say schoolwork, but that lie won't last a second. Stuff. Yeah, stuff. Mark. Sorry, that's the same voice. Mark, you do know what this means, don't you? I really think I can see the sunlight glint off those glasses. This means that you have yet to experience modern Japanese visual culture in all its glory. Can you please shut up now? Surely you found yourself taking a pick at Rin's DVD collection at some point in the past 16 years? Haven't you ever felt discontented with the path the story takes? I'll take that as a no. Protagonists always have plot armor in suspense stories, and the main heroine always wins in romances. Even aside from being dumbed down by the awkward transition between two inherently different mediums, haven't you ever felt like the story isn't working? Oh, so like from manga to anime. The transition between... Okay. Does it not feel like the main character is a brainless idiot and that you could do a much better job than him? Haven't you ever felt like giving that idiotic protag a punch in the face and telling him to choose the shy, innocent library girl over that deceitful One-chan Kara who can't go a date without thinking about her little brother? This statement may contain a slight amount of bias. At any rate, there's only one solution to problems like these. You play the game. I sense an evil chuckle as he finishes, as if he wants to add, and soon you'll be just like me. Well, so I think I just left the voice right there. Well, like I said, I'll get to it eventually. Lucas kicks his feet up. It really is a good game, though. I need to settle on a name or a voice for this jerk. And the school uniforms kind of resemble ours, don't you think? I can do that voice. It'll hurt, but I can do it. As much as I hate to admit it, he's right. Our school is infamous for its elaborate uniforms that don't match its academic reputation. That isn't going to make me play it any faster.
Then I'll bother you every day until you do. Do you dare to underestimate my persistence?
The bell signals the end of lunch and we head to class. Away from each other, thankfully.
And I'm going to end this video here because it's 25 minutes in and I feel like it's a good time. So, yeah. I will continue at a later date. Thank you for watching if you bothered to. And I'll see you next time.